Dedication, dedication, that's what you need. If you wanna be the best, and if you wanna beat the rest, dedication, what you need. Dedication, 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 that's what you need. You better be well rehearsed, if you wanna win a first. Dedication's what you need. Just cast your mind back a little while when everybody stopped at the 4-minute mile. No one would ever do the 4-minute run. The 4-minute mile just couldn't be done. But an athlete you just never could be told. A man by the name of Roger Bannister. He trained and strained and never did he slack. Then came the day when he stood on the track. Now the starter said, on your marks, get set. When he finally got the challenge was met. When Bannister reached that finishing line, the time on the clock was 3:59. Dedication, 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 that's what you need. If you wanna be the best, and wanna be the rest, dedication, what you need. Surrender Hillary will always be best. There's only one first on the top of every rest. Neil Armstrong knows there is no room for anyone else to be first. You may be clever and you may be bold, but you need dedication if you want to win a goal. You've got to do the work and there's no escape. For a goal, you've got to be first at the tape. Every time you take a look at the records quoted in that book, you realize that you have got to muster up an awful lot of dedication, dedication, dedication.
I'm going to get used to that.
Hello, how are you? Are you all good there?
Hey?
You're all good? You can hear me okay?
Yeah, I can. Yes, I can.
Good stuff. And you've got your wines chilled, Cheryl?
They're in the fridge on the phone. Every time we open one, we go off and get a bottle. Got 6 glasses behind me, lined up.
Oh, look at that. You know what you're doing. Perfect stuff. Perfect stuff. Well, today, thank you very much for joining us, Cheryl. Lovely to see you, and we hope that you're going to enjoy this fun tasting together. Obviously, everybody knows you, we have to say, from Bucks Fizz, making your mind up, etc. But obviously, a lady on stage, presenting, dancing on ice, radio, and so many other things. So many strings to your bow that you've done so far in your career.
Yeah, thank you very much. I have done a lot because I'm very old. No, I'm not. Not very old.
That's why I said so far in your career you've done lots already.
Yeah, I have, but I'm not finished yet. Got lots more to do, especially next year, big year next year.
Yes, so what's happening next year? There's a tour, I believe, and you're coming close to where we are as well. So you're going all around the country. Yeah,
it's the 40th anniversary on the Eurovision Song Contest. We intend to have a big party type thing for that. We're talking to people about a TV special, maybe. Certainly a tour. And only a clap.
Yes, yeah, right by the coast. Yeah, right on the coast. Yeah.
We're coming to the theatre near you. So yeah, we're going up and down.
Yeah, to the Westcliff Theatre. You're going to the Westcliff. Hopefully, it's all opened up by next year, because goodness knows what's happening currently. But
you got your glass ready? Should I get a glass ready?
No, it's all right. We can chat unless you're eager. I like it if you're eager. I mean, we can open one if you want to, so we've got something to relax us. Did you want to have a go and open one?
Yeah, right then.
Come on then, let's go for the first one. The first one, which is the Fresco, the gold label.
Okay, hang on.
Well done.
I numbered them.
Oh, clever you. Well done. Okay, let's give this one open. So this is, let me explain. This is obviously from the winery in Italy, Villa Sandi, world famous, a big production they have, and this is one of their standard Prosecco. So you know it's a standard Prosecco because if you look on the back of the label, it's like a blue ribbon on the back, on the neck of the bottle. That tells you it's a standard Prosecco. What we're going to taste after, we're going to go up the scale and taste better and better and better.
Well, I never knew that.
Ah, well, there we go, something new. But it's still good quality. DOC Prosecco is very good quality, but this is the first one to taste with Villa Sandi.
Okay.
So thank you to Villa Sandi. Yeah, no, it's okay. I'll tell you. Don't worry. I'll organise it. I did one 2 days ago.
You know what I mean? After like 2 or 3 glasses, do you care anymore?
Do you care? Here we go for the pop.
That is such a magnificent song.
It is, isn't it? All about the fizz, all about the bubbles.
Yeah. Right, hang on.
Here we go.
Ah, you see.
Very good.
I take mine off slowly. Right, okay. Have I got to pour a whole glass full?
Sorry?
Have I got to pour a whole glass full?
Well, you don't have to. No, this is just a sample. So when you go wine tasting, you usually only put a small amount in the glass so you can smell and you can taste. Otherwise, if after that's fine. I don't know how big your glass is, though. How big is that glass?
How big is it?
Yeah. Oh, that's all right. I'll let you off. Gets bigger and smaller. So, Villa Sandi and Prosecco is typically, you probably know anyway, apples and pears and a nice touch of white blossom and honeysuckle, usually on the nose.
If you say so. It smells lovely to me. It smells like Prosecco.
Well, the problem is you've probably got too many flowers around the top of your dress, so you're getting confused with the aromas.
Oh, you see, look, I wore this as well. I wore sparkly earrings.
I recognise those. I recognise those earrings. You wore them when you was with Michelle Collins when you done that camping and you had an interview. I think you had those on.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wore sparkly earrings to try some sparkly wine. So that's lovely.
I was watching some of the videos of you on YouTube, and you and Rusty Lee. I don't know if many of our viewers would remember Rusty Lee. I think TVAM or something like that. You two were just, you weren't cooking. You were just laughing your heads off.
I like laughing. It's better than crying. This, considering the basic Prosecco, is lovely.
It's not bad, is it? It's not bad stuff, place. Mm.
Yeah.
It's nice and fresh. It's always good to serve the Prosecco well chilled. 6 to 8 degrees is perfect. So, and if ever you forget to chill them, you can put them in the freezer and chill them quickly. But it's best to keep them overnight. So,
what about putting ice cubes in? Is that a no-no?
Well, at the end of the day, wine is a personal thing to you. There's no right or wrong way. Now, you could be seeing you're going to lessen the quality of the wine by putting ice in it. But some people like to have ice with Prosecco. You can have it in a cocktail. So there's no reason why you can't. Maybe if you've got an old vintage champagne and you're putting in a load of ice and Ribena and all this stuff, you're going to lose the character. But there's nothing wrong with some ice in Prosecco. No, I wouldn't have an issue with that.
Tell you what we had last weekend. My daughter's boyfriend made it Royale, which was but made with Prosecco.
Oh, yes, yeah. You wanted to do this last week, didn't you? But it was just too much of a rush for me. I wanted to for you, but I was just so busy last week to do this taste.
I've got 6 bottles of Prosecco to get through today. Happy girl.
Well, that lasts you about half an hour. That's about half an hour. So yeah, this is really good. So it's a big producer in Italy, so you know. Thanks very much to Villa Sandi for sending you the wines and sending me all of the wines. They put a lot of effort into giving back to nature what they take out. So sustainability and their green and their footprint. They work an awful lot and they spend a lot of money reinvestments back into nature, as I say. So all of their bottles have the registered mark on there to say that, you know, they are, should we say, green or sustainable as such as a winery. And even though it's a massive winery, it's still owned by a lovely family, so the Polgato family.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
I totally approve of that.
And it's sold. They sell their wines over, I think, over 100 different countries around the world. Drink their prosecco, which is quite incredible. So
I know you can get it here in the UK because I've looked it up.
yes, you can get it in the UK. A lot of restaurants will have it. They've got a most magnificent winery in Italy, because obviously Prosecco is like north of, say, Venice region. And the region of Prosecco is amazing. Oh, it's full of lovely hills and valleys, and it's, I've been about 15 times, and I need to go again. Well, I'm going again actually in 2 weeks. I'm going back. So
I'm not busy.
You're not busy. Well, you can come definitely. That would be good. That would be amazing. So yeah. So I tell you what. One thing I used to love watching of you back, I think 1980s, I believe, is when we've used yourself and Roy Castle doing the Record Breaker series. I think that was lovely children's entertainment, so even for adults to a degree.
Definitely. That was 80s and 90s. I did it for 11 years. So, and we used to, there was 1 year when the show went out at 5 o'clock because they knew that we had quite an adult audience. And that year when it went out at 5 o'clock, we had audiences of 7 million.
7 million. Can you believe that? What that's worth today? To get an audience of 7 million is unheard of.
For children's telly as well. Yeah.
Children's TV, but it was good, innocent children's TV. Very inspiring. Himself as an entertainer was very, very good. A lot of charity work. I know you do charity work as well, don't you, Cheryl?
Oh yeah, got to do it. You're in a fortunate position to be able to help charities just who you are. So it would be morally wrong not.
Yeah. So when does your tour start next year? What are the dates?
Well, all of the tours from this year, all of the dates had to be postponed to next year. So actually, some of them start in January. Whether they get moved, I don't know. So it goes through from January through to, I think, June. But apart from the tour, we're also doing festivals and 80s weekends, buttons do those 80s weekends, pumpkins do. It's so much fun. There's so much fun. So there's loads of work in next year. If it all
So apart from people following you on Instagram, how can people find out about the tour? And if you're next to them, is there a website for this, Cheryl?
We have a website. We're called The Fizz. The Fizz Official. So we're not called Bucks Fizz anymore. The Fizz Official or Cheryl, Mike and Jay. You can find us on all of the social medias. Find us on Facebook. Cheryl, Mike and Jay. The Fizz fan club. We've got a fan club on Facebook. We've each of us got an individual fan club. Twitter, of course, you can find me on Twitter. Probably I'm biggest on Twitter than I am on Facebook. So, all the socials. I mean, how did we live without social?
Well, it's crazy, isn't it? Going back a generation, you had pen friends. Today, you're sending tweets and Facebook updates. You don't have to see anybody for a few years, although you feel that you have seen them only last week. With Facebook, especially Facebook, it's changed things.
The very first series I ever did, where I presented, was in 1984, and it was called How Dare You, and the producer was Crispin Evans, and I've just been talking to Crispin via Twitter, I think. Oh no, Facebook. Messenger. Via Messenger. We've just been messaging. After all these years, 1984, 36 years.
So, yeah.
Just been talking to him. Wonderful.
That's nice. It's good. It brings people closer together. It changes a lot of things. It makes us a little bit lazy, I think, in how we communicate with people. But it's good for business. That's for sure. And as you said, to meet old friends, new friends, it's a good source of communication.
Well, this is how I found you. You found me, and then I found you.
Yeah. And then look where we are now.
And here we are now. I'll drink to that.
Should we try another bottle? Let's go on to the second bottle. Which is the kind of this bottle here, Cheryl?
This is my favourite bottle.
Yeah, that's good. It's a good design. It's very reflective. It's very look fancy.
I'll just get it out of the fridge.
Okie doke. I'm going to get rid of this. Pour this glass away.
There you are, number 2.
That's it. So that's number 2. Good. You can still.
Really nice.
This nice bottle. This is the Nero. So this has got it's got less sugars in. This bottle has less sugar, so the aromas will still be quite powerful, but you'll see by the taste it's not as sweet.
So what does this label mean then?
This tells you that the Prosecco is a superior Prosecco. So it's made in a certain area of the Prosecco that's full of hills and valleys. So the grapes are of better quality, and they're usually hand-picked as well. So by the brown label, if you buy that in the supermarket or in the shop, it's the better quality Prosecco. So there's blue and a brown label. So this is
I would call it gold.
Yeah, I know. I have seen it's called. I say brown, whether or not the right terminology is gold, I don't know, but people do say.
The middle bit is brown, but these lines are gold.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Well, I don't know whether what is now. Yes, no, possibly. Yeah. I can't get my fall off. Here we go. So this will have less sugars in. New glass. I suppose you haven't got a spittoon. I've got a spittoon to throw the wine away. You see. I'll pour the.
When you've gone, I should guzzle all of these.
Right, this is the Nero. Nice bottle, as you say. Very nice bottle.
Really nice.
Nice. Put that there.
More bubbly than the
they're probably going to be about all the same, I reckon. These wines should all be approximately the same.
Okay.
But this is, you've got a lot, it's a bit drier, the aromas on this one, a bit ashy. It's got that kind of mineral to it. And the flavour you can feel, it's more citrus, less sugars.
Yes, it is, yeah. I like it.
You like it?
When they're too sweet.
Yeah.
There's some that are cheap, and when you taste them, you know why they're cheap. Because they taste no, this one's lovely. Lovely and dry.
Yeah, exactly, yeah, but it's still refreshing in its own way, but dry. Could pair with some foods, maybe.
Really nice.
Mm.
Really nice.
I think this is relatively new from them, but it's certainly a nice bottle. I did a tasting with a lady in New York 2 days ago, and she loved that design, that bottle design. She thought it really nice.
So do I. I say it's my favourite. Lovely.
Yeah.
Really nice. And a very nice Prosecco.
And you like the Prosecco? Mm. How did you get on with dancing on ice? How did that go?
Well, it would have been great if there hadn't been any skating involved.
Ah.
I really enjoyed it. I loved it. I fell in love with my partner, Dan. I absolutely enjoyed it. I've been talking to Dan this morning as well. We've been saying how much we miss each other. Yeah, it's just amazing. I fell over in the early days when I was training, and I really, really hurt myself. I had to go and have treatment. And it scared the living hell out of me. So, my husband said that if it had been dancing on ice.
Very good, yes. Dancing on ice. Yeah. I haven't really watched those yet. I've watched one or two, but I haven't watched them recently, the dancing on ice. Does it still go, Dancing on Ice? Is it still a show?
It'll be back in the new year, yeah.
It'll be back.
Sure. Now look, why aren't you using a flute? Is there a reason for that?
Well, that's a personal choice.
Flutes, don't we?
Yeah, I mean, at the end, it's a personal choice. I mean, the flute, the reason behind me having this kind of bowl or white wine glass is because of the aromas are kept better in the glass this way. So if you're tasting, like myself, if you're tasting and taking notes and judging, you want to get the aroma, and the flute loses that much more than this type of glass.
Isn't that strange? Because I honestly think that if you don't have it in a flute, it doesn't taste nice.
And you're quite right. Yeah, I totally agree. It's part of the atmosphere. It's a part of the moment to have it in a flute, or the old coupe type, the coupe kind of glass. But I think having tasted lots of champagne and sparkling wines, it always tastes better from a glass like this. You get the oxygen in there, etc. Whereas the flute, you lose that. But it's a choice. There's no right way or wrong way, to be honest with you.
No, the coupes I usually end up filling.
Yeah, so you got that factor. Yeah, definitely.
This is safer for me.
This is safe. So, Bucks Fizz back in the day, 3 #1 hits you had.
Yeah.
3 #1 hits.
I'm talking to you in my kitchen because I get a better signal. But I've got in my dining room, I've got all the gold discs from all over the world. So it was an amazing time. Yeah. I'm so blessed because I had that time in my life, and I've been enjoying it. You know? I love my job. Yeah, no,
that's nice. No, it's a nice story, isn't it? But as I say, you've done a few things over the years, and you're always on TV. You're a face that everybody knows and loves. Very warm character.
Yes.
You know?
I'm a woolly blanket. That's what I am.
So this is the Nero.
Should just come in. You should try these two. They're lovely.
Yeah, try them before they go.
Try that one.
Did you want to try another one?
Yeah.
Cheryl? Try number 3. See if you got that. Hello. Hi.
That's one.
That's one.
That's it. And then try that one. That's it. That's his beautiful bottle. Nero, this one's called. That's much drier.
Yeah.
Oh, Steve prefers the big one.
Ah.
It's all
that's it. That's the beauty of wine. That's the beauty of wine. Everybody likes different things.
Yeah. Right, shall I get the third bottle then?
Number 3 should be the Azzolo.
Yeah. Not yet. This one?
That looks good to me. Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
So again, this is superior quality.
You pop the bottle, you pop the cork, don't you?
Well, yes. I mean, the ideal thing is that you don't pop the cork, actually. You do it very subtly with a tiny whisper. That's what you think. Yeah. But again...
I only do it so as not to waste it.
But it's part of the moment to open a bottle of fizz with a pop.
There.
You're ahead of me. Let's do this.
Well, I tell you what, this is great fun.
This is good fun, isn't it? We're only halfway through. Here we go. Boom. This is the Azzolo. So again, this is superior quality, so it's got the gold or the brown neck.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's got the same as the previous one, yeah.
And it comes from a small kind of area in Prosecco called Azzolo. It's a most wonderful kind of hilltop town village with lovely views. And the great... Yes?
You said in Prosecco. Is it like champagne has a region?
Prosecco has a region, yeah. It has a classified region that only grapes grown in that area can be called Prosecco. The same for champagne.
Yeah, I didn't know that. There you go.
Yeah, and then you've got different classifications in Prosecco, so it scales upwards as well. Yeah. So it's its own region as such, but it's it's quite a big region now because the demand for Prosecco globally is increasing. So they sell more than champagne in the UK.
I'm not surprised.
Oh, this is nice, different, a very fruity nose again on this one.
That's what it tastes like. Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, we've got like a creamy, fruity taste. Lovely.
I think that's my favourite so far.
So far, that's the Azzolo. Yeah.
Really nice.
That's nice. Definitely nice.
Yeah.
And I'm pleased that you hold your glass correctly, which is good. Which is good. Not everybody. Some people hold their glass.
Never
Yeah.
No, never.
Right.
It warms it.
Exactly. It does warm it.
Mm.
Hello, Phoebe. Phoebe's bringing me some more wines. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Well done. There we go. Done.
Yeah, it's I've really enjoyed it.
Your favourite one so far? Yeah? Well, you'd have to be making your mind up later and tell me which one's your favourite.
You had to get it in, didn't you?
Yeah.
So that little label on the back, the first one had the blue.
Yes.
How many of those labels do they have? It's the blue and the brown.
It is just the blue and it is just the brown that you'd have on there. Yeah, so you'd have something called DOC, blue, and DOCG for the brown. But usually, if you look on the bottle, they will say superior.
Yeah.
So translation is superior quality. So yeah, the superior. That's what it will be. Maybe quite literally. So yeah. But it's a small, compact area in the Prosecco that the superior wines are made from.
So Villa Sandi made all of these Proseccos.
Yeah, Villa Sandi do a big range of Proseccos from each of the regions. They do other sparkling wines that aren't Prosecco, and then they do white wines and they do red wines and rosé wines. So quite literally, if you go to Villa Sandi, yes, you got a question?
What defines whether it's a Prosecco or just
where it's grown? So it has to be grown in that area, and then it has to use certain grapes as well. It has to have a percentage of a certain grape in the wine, which is called Glera grape, and then it can be called a Prosecco. Yeah.
And is there such a thing as a rosé?
Now, that's a big topic altogether. There isn't anything like that. It's not allowed. So if you see a rosé bubbly, it can't be a rosé Prosecco. But from January next year, they have allowed it to happen. So only from January 2021, you will now be able to buy rosé Prosecco. And it's going to be a big hit. It's really going to be a big hit. It's the first time ever.
Villa Sandi doing it?
Villa Sandi will be doing it, yes. Yeah, I mean, I can speak to them and maybe you and me can taste it quickly like we've done here.
Oh, all right then.
Yeah, is that good? Yeah. So next year, Villa Sandi and a lot of other wineries will be doing rosé Prosecco, and I reckon it will take the UK by storm.
Yeah.
So
in the summer, Prosecco is such a great summer drink.
Yeah.
And so is sparkling pink. So a sparkling pink Prosecco is good.
Well, rosé is good, yeah, and yeah, now they've got the combination of rosé Prosecco. Then, yeah, it's going to be busy times for the Prosecco industry. So, yeah, hopefully, if we get out of this COVID-19 situation, and then all businesses, restaurants, hotel, theatre, that everything can open up, then we can really enjoy the Prosecco again. So we've done the Azzolo, which is here. You like that one so far, Cheryl?
Yes, I do. That's been my favourite. Are we on number 4?
Let's try number 4. Is that right? Number 4, yeah. That's going to be Mr. De Niro. Let's go here.
Is that this one?
That's the one. Yeah.
Okay.
Good. So again, this is another superior one, the DOCG, and this is a vintage, so 2019 vintage.
Do you think that, you know, I said it's gold, and you said it's brown?
Yeah.
The other one is, the first
Blue.
one was DOC, oh not DOC. Do you think the G is for gold?
I think it should be. I can't quite remember what the words are, but I think it should be. It should be DOC gold and DOC not gold. Yeah. So this is the vintage. So all of the grapes from the same year. So in this bottle. This is my favourite from their range.
Okay.
Is this wine here.
What do you mean by vintage? It means
Well,
all the grapes come from the same year.
yeah, so that's what that means. To be able to put on there vintage or or the year. So if you see a champagne or prosecco with that on there, that means that the grapes in that bottle are all of the same year. Otherwise, some wines are made up of the reserve wines from other years and mixed together.
Oh.
So it doesn't mean it's old. What you know, most people think, well, if it's vintage, it's old, but it's not. It just means that the grapes are of the same year. So generally, you'll have a better quality wine.
Okay. And is that reflected? Oh, that's lovely and smooth. Lovely and smooth. Is that reflected in the price?
With the vintage, generally, it will be reflected in the price. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That's lovely. Really nice.
Mm. So this is the Millesimato, and again, it's from a region of the Superior Prosecco DOCG. So the Val di Bienne, which is like a town of that Prosecco region. And it's actually quite easy to get to Prosecco. You literally fly to Venice, and I've done it many times, and a 40-minute drive north, more or less north from Venice, and you're starting to see all the lovely vineyards and some of the Prosecco houses.
Can you tell me, Chris, is this the Prosecco industry has exploded in the last year? So they must be turning what used to be, you know, red wine or white wine vineyards to break for Prosecco. Am I right?
They did do that a few years back. They increased the area of Prosecco. So they made it changed to become a much bigger area. They were going to do the same with champagne. They mentioned that, but that's not happening currently. So they had they've got more stock now to sell. But they did very good marketing in the UK, especially Prosecco. They put a lot of money and focus into the brand awareness for Prosecco. And people started to fall in love with it. It's cheap, it's easy to understand, it's not complicated. If you want a £5, £6 a bottle, maybe in Tesco, Sainsbury's, or you can go 15, 20, 25, 30, 50 with Prosecco. But most people's perception of Prosecco is a cheap fizz and it tastes fruity.
You can taste the difference with the difference in the price. I mean,
Yeah.
you definitely can. But if you're doing something like that, if you're doing a fizz or a mouth, use the
It doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter. Yeah, you can just mix it. That's fine. But some of these Proseccos, could they probably a bit more money? This one we've got here, I would assume is about £20 a bottle. I don't sell the wines myself. I don't know. So you may want to sit back and enjoy it on its own.
I looked it up.
Oh, you did? Oh, wow. You're going to tell me.
11.
£11? Oh, right, well, there we go. I'm about 100% wrong, aren't I? So that's cheap for that wine. It's very cheap.
It was from something like Wine Warehouse or one of those. You know, I looked at all different ones and I priced them all.
I'm pleasantly surprised with that price, to be honest with you. That's only twice the price of a cheap Prosecco. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well done. No, that's good. That's not a bad price.
It might be 20 quid in a restaurant, mind. Oh, actually, it might be 30 in the restaurant.
Oh, yeah, probably be more than that. Yeah, than that.
Yeah, good. Should I get number 5?
Yes, yeah, number 5, yeah. This will be this bottle.
Yeah,
The real Julie Morris, it's not too early. It's never too early, Julie.
We had some on it.
Yeah, no, I can't see from that far away.
Listen,
it's never too early.
Somewhere.
Exactly. The best time to taste wine, if you're judging or tasting, is 10:30 in the morning, because your palate will perform the best at that time.
Ah, of course.
Yes. So this is the Cartizza, which is a very tiny area in the superior Prosecco region. This is the best Prosecco. The Cartizza is the best Prosecco.
Yeah, it's the most expensive as well.
Yeah.
The one that I found, anyway.
Because this is just like London, and this is the Mayfair of London, should we say. The Green Park Mayfair of London is this. And it's a very small region of about 100 hectares, and only a few wineries own grapes there. So not every Prosecco will be able to produce a Cartizza. A bit of Sandi do. And this has won countless awards, gold medals and everything, this Prosecco.
Okay, hang on, I'm going to get the glass.
Okay.
How do you say?
Cartizza. I say Cartizza.
Cartizza.
Yeah. So if you go into a restaurant and you've got a sommelier and you say, have you got any Cartizza, he's going to know that you know what the best Prosecco is.
Ah, okay.
He or she will know that.
I'll take that with me. Thank you very much. That is lovely. Actually,
very nice.
Lovely. I think I need to go back over them all.
Oh, have you got the glass? Have you mixed the glasses up, or they're in order?
No, they're in order.
You're okay. All my other glasses are in the spittoon, so it's all mixed up. So I poured them all away. So, yeah.
I wonder what it tastes like.
Well, I'll tell you what usually happens. If you leave the wine in the glass for a little bit longer than a couple of minutes, it will really show its true colours, because all the carbon dioxide is releasing all of the aromas.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a nice one. Yeah.
It's lovely. Yeah. This one when I did my my pricing and everything, this one was expensive. Not by much. Only by a couple of quid.
Right. What was the price of this one then, Cheryl? What was the Cartizza?
32.
32. So that's in the region of like a champagne price.
Yeah, but it tastes as good as a champagne.
It does, but the problem is, I think for consumers, and I understand, is that if somebody said a bottle of champagne or a bottle of Prosecco, they're going to think the Prosecco, why is that the same price as champagne?
Yeah.
Though saying that, you could go into Aldi and Lidl and get £10 champagne nowadays, £9.99, £10.99 champagne.
Yeah.
So they've had the price wars as such.
It's like English wines. They're very expensive, but they're good. There are some good English wines.
That should be another one that we can do, you and I. Well, I could do like a nice selection of English sparkling wine. Because there's some fantastic English sparkling wine. There really are some amazing ones. And they're winning higher awards compared to champagne.
Yes, I know.
So
Nightingale, I believe, used to be what the Queen used to serve at her, special banquet.
Yeah, I think there's one that the Queen has. I think that's the Camel Valley. Camel Valley is up in Cornwall, and they have their sparkling wines. They've got the warrant on their bottle.
Well, they definitely used to have Nightingale years ago. And the reason
Possibly.
is because the guy who wrote Making Your Mind Up used to own Nightingale.
Well, I didn't know that, and I should know that, really, shouldn't I? I didn't know that fact.
Long time
You're
ago.
teaching things. You're
Right,
teaching.
wait a couple of minutes, see if it tastes different. Yeah, you can. Yeah, it does taste different. It's rounder.
Rounder. It's a lovely. It is a lovely. They're all nice wines, really. But certainly the nose for me is really powerful. It's the kind of pears on the nose, pear drops even. As a child, I remember having pear drops. It's like having a bag full of pear drops.
They used to make me cough.
Yeah, no, they would do that. You're quite right. They would make you cough, wouldn't they? You used to get like yellow and orange or red pear drops, didn't you?
Yeah.
Along with cola bottles and cola cubes that you used to get back in there, prawns and shrimps and bananas and all this stuff. I can remember those days, blimey. Well, this is the final Prosecco that we're tasting, because the last wine, number 6, is not a Prosecco, it's a traditional method. So it's the same method of production as champagne.
Wow.
And it's this one.
This is opera.
That's it, yeah, opera.
Yeah.
Well, it's the Au Pair Sauvignon, and this wine here, last year, 2018, was voted the best sparkling wine in the world. Yes.
Wow. But you see, it says Spumante. I always think of Spumante as sweet wine.
Well, what Spumante is literally the Italian term for sparkling wine.
Ah,
so,
right.
As we say sparkling wine, they would say Spumante.
Right.
So, this doesn't have the blue or the brown gold badge on the neck, because it's not.
Because it isn't a Prosecco.
No, it's not, no.
Right.
But this, as I say, this was voted the best in the world. So, let's see if it lives up to its expectations.
This is cheaper than the
Cartizza, yeah.
Love it. Love it. Right.
There we go. Last bottle.
Last bottle.
So this is it. This is the Au Pair Serenissima, and I believe that translates as like the words of Venice or the poems of Venice, something in that way. But this would be a different kind of nose and a different flavour altogether.
It smells more like champagne.
Yeah. That's what the other person the other day said to me. It smells more like champagne. You've got like a biscuit, you've got like a toasty aroma. Touch of burnt toast. Burnt toast and green fruits.
Yeah. It is different. It is different. The Prosecco is different. It's absolutely lovely.
Mm.
So why is it just because it isn't grown in the region?
This is done in. It's not the same method of production. So whereas the Prosecco is made in a quick way, this is done in a longer method, like the champagne way. So the fermentation, the reaction between the yeast and the sugars take place in the bottle.
Oh,
So you know when you go to the old wine cellars and they've got thousands of bottles laying there,
yeah,
aging away. This is what this wine will do. Whereas these wines here, the Proseccos, will be made in a tank,
yeah,
and everything happens in the tank to a degree, and it's filtered through into the bottle. So within 3 or 4 or 5 months from picking the grape, you could buy it and drink it. Whereas the traditional method is a lot longer process, such as English sparkling wines would be traditional method, champagne, cava, all of these regions are traditional methods.
right. Where they do it in the bottle.
Yeah, yes, this would have been, I've been to their wine cellars, so you see thousands of these bottles all down their old wine cellars, aging away, and then when they're ready, they just take the bottles, they disgorge it, they get rid of all the sediment and all the bits and pieces at the bottom, and then they put the cork in and they store it for a little bit longer, put the labelling on, and away it goes to be enjoyed globally. So
was this opera? Was this up in the competition? Was it up against other sparkling wines?
It was, yeah. I mean, we do the awards ourselves, Glass of Bubbly. So we have a big awards. We have 50 judges coming in from around the world that judge in Westminster, and we have hundreds of entries from around the world. So it could be Georgia, South Africa. We've had Indian sparkling wine, English, and everything. And it's all done blind. So this comes to the table in a brown paper bag, and the sommelier will serve it. So the only indication you'd know about the wine is it white, rosé, or red, sparkling. You won't have a clue what it is. So, but it did win against obviously champagne and all of the other finer sparkling wine regions. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, That's interesting.
It wasn't. It was interesting because last year was the champagne that won it, and the year before this one was the champagne. So it kind of bucked the trend.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's lovely. Nice one.
Absolutely lovely.
Yeah.
Really lovely. Oh.
So which one is your favourite, Cheryl? Let us know. Or is it too difficult?
Well, this is fabulous.
Yeah.
Hang on a minute.
Hang on a minute. Now somebody's asking, do you add fruits to your Prosecco at all? I do sometimes. Yeah, I do. A couple of slices of strawberry I usually like, or raspberry I usually put in sometimes into Prosecco. But not often. Tell me.
Anyway, in the freezer, right? I live on a farm. It's a fruit farm. In particular, it's strawberries.
Oh, wow.
Strawberries in Prosecco. But also, when I walk my dog, especially now while COVID has been prevalent, you know, I walk my dog miles around the field, and there were loads of elderflower trees.
Yeah, yeah.
No elderberries, obviously, but the elderflowers, me and my daughters were cutting the elderflowers. We brought them all home, cleaned them up, washed them, picked them all off, and made them into a sort of a syrup with sugar.
Yeah.
Froze them into little ice cubes.
Oh, that sounds nice. Yeah.
You drop an elderflower ice cube into the sugar. It's fantastic.
I may try that sometime. That's nice for our would do that themselves.
I mean, we made our own, but you can buy elderflower cordial, can't you? So.
Yeah, you can do. Yeah, But that sounds nice. The way that you're doing it is more of a natural way and more intensive in the flavours that you'll get.
It was great. It was. I'm just going through them all now.
Do it. No, it's okay. I've only got one left, which is the last one, the au pair.
This is the Nero.
The Nero, yeah, the no sugar one.
Yeah. And there's the first one.
Yeah, the DOC.
Okay, right. So I would say the third one, which was the
Azon.
Yeah, I really like that. And the opera.
And those two. Yeah, no, that's a good choice. They're very good quality wines, definitely. So I'm sure Villa Sandi, the winery, and I know some of them will be watching over in Italy, would be pleased to know that's what you like from their range. So that's nice. Yeah, good.
I think they're all great. You know what I said, when you try a cheap one, you know it's cheap.
Yeah.
None of these taste cheap. None of them.
No.
And the carpet.
Yes.
I will look for that in restaurants because I know that then it's of the top quality. But
exactly.
This one is absolutely lovely.
It is nice. Yeah, well, look, Cheryl, it's been really good of you to join us today, and I appreciate you tasting with us. And I'm pleased that you like the wines, and I'm hoping that you're going to go on for the rest of the day and share those wines with your husband and maybe your daughters and friends and family. And that's about it from here. That's about it. Well, hopefully I'll come and see you soon, next year, because the theatre is only a couple of roads away from where we are.
Yeah, no, definitely. Come and see us.
Yeah.
Anytime you want to try me on any wines or anything, you know, I'm no connoisseur. But,
No.
But I love it.
No, I think what we've done here today is fun, and that's the most important thing. That's what wine should be. It's fun. I'll arrange another tasting. I'll message you on Twitter and get some other wine sent out, and we'll do something like this again. Yeah.
Fabulous.
Okay. Well, love to all of you there, and thanks very much from us. And speak again soon.
Bye.
Bye. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye.